So now we'll see the gyri and sulci which are present on the supralateral surface. We have seen that this is your central sulcus. This is central sulcus. This is your posterior ramus of the lateral sulcus, and this is preoccipital notch, and this is over here is your parieto-occipital sulcus which comes over here. So this is your occipital lobe, this is temporal lobe, and this is your parietal lobe. So first we'll see the sulci and gyri which are present on the your frontal lobe. So which are the sulci? So this is your central sulcus. This one is central sulcus is the continuous sulcus, while remaining all the sulci are either break. They will have the break or they are incontinuous in nature. So this is central sulcus. In front of the central sulcus, this is the another sulcus, what is known as the precentral sulcus. This is the precentral sulcus. Now further on the frontal lobe, you have got two horizontal sulcus, that is, or you can say the transverse sulcus. This is your superior frontal sulcus, and this is your inferior frontal sulcus. They are not completely continuous over here, but you can make out that this is your inferior and this is your superior. So because of these three sulcus, that is precentral sulcus and superior and the inferior frontal sulcus, this region is divided into the several parts. The part of this gyrus, this is elevated area which lies in front of the central sulcus and which lies behind this your precentral sulcus. This is your precentral gyrus. This is called precentral gyrus. It is related to the primary motor area. Anything which is in front of this your central sulcus is whole your motor area, while whatever is behind this is your sensory area. That is, you should keep in mind. So in front of the central sulcus, this gyrus which is limited anteriorly by the precentral sulcus is your precentral gyrus. And these two horizontal superior as well as the inferior transverse frontal sulcus will divide this rest of the frontal lobe into the superior frontal gyrus, middle frontal gyrus, and the inferior frontal gyrus. Now if you see the inferior frontal gyrus, we have already told you that in relation to the inferior frontal gyrus, you are having the upward, this is superior ramus, as well as this is the, you can say the horizontal ramus or anterior ramus of the your lateral sulcus. So because of this, it is divided into the three parts. The part which of this frontal lobe which lies below this anterior ramus is known as pars orbitalis. This is called pars orbitalis. The part of this inferior frontal gyrus which lies between this anterior ramus as well as the superior ramus, this triangular part is known as pars triangularis. And this portion which lies behind the posterior ramus and the superior ramus, this area is known as pars opercularis. So again I am repeating, this is the precentral gyrus, superior frontal gyrus, middle frontal gyrus. This whole is your inferior frontal gyrus. This is the anterior ramus. This is pars your orbitalis. This is pars triangularis between the anterior and the superior ramus, and between superior and the posterior ramus of the lateral sulcus, this is pars your opercularis. Further, if you see this central sulcus, behind the central sulcus in relation to the parietal lobe, there is a sulcus is there. This sulcus is known as the postcentral sulcus. Now, as I have already told you that behind this central sulcus, whatever area is the sensory area, so this is your primary sensory area, and this gyrus is known as the postcentral gyrus. This is the postcentral gyrus, and this is postcentral sulcus. Further, this margin, this is your parietal lobe. So this parietal lobe is by this another sulcus is there which is over here, which is known as the intraparietal sulcus, which will divide the parietal lobe into the two parts, the superior part and the inferior part. The superior part is known as your superior parietal lobule, and the inferior part, this area is known as the inferior parietal lobule. So it is above is posterior sulcus. Now if you posterior ramus. Now if you trace this posterior ramus over here, the part of this inferior parietal lobule which surrounds this is known as your supramarginal gyrus. This is your supramarginal gyrus. So what is supramarginal gyrus? If you trace the posterior ramus of the lateral sulcus, it goes upward turn and surrounded by gyrus known as supramarginal gyrus. Similarly, lateral to it over here, there is another this temporal lobe is there, and in temporal lobe this is another sulcus is there. If you trace it backward, the surrounded by this region is known as the supraangular gyrus. So what are the sulci and the gyri in relation to the parietal lobe? You have got the post-central sulcus, which is behind this central sulcus. You have got the intraparietal sulcus, which divides it into the superior and the inferior parietal lobule. This is post-central gyrus, and inferior parietal lobe it will have the supramarginal gyrus as well as the supraangular gyrus. Now, if you go to the temporal lobe, this is temporal lobe. So part of the cerebrum which lies below this posterior ramus of the lateral sulcus is your temporal lobe, and it is further divided by a true transverse sulcus. This is superior and inferior temporal sulcus. This is superior as well as the inferior temporal sulcus. It will divide into the superior, middle and the inferior temporal gyrus. So you have got in temporal lobe, you have got the two sulcuses are there, superior and the inferior temporal sulcus, and three gyruses are there, that is superior temporal gyrus, middle temporal gyrus as well as the inferior temporal gyrus. Now we will move to the another part, that is the occipital lobe. So occipital lobe, we have demarcated it. This is your parieto-occipital sulcus. If you trace it on the supralateral surface, this is your pre-occipital notch. This portion is your occipital lobe. It is further, if you see the occipital lobe over here, this is this parieto-occipital sulcus as well as this another sulcus which comes over here. This is surrounded by what is known as another sulcus known as the lunate sulcus. So a lunate sulcus is there in the occipital pole. Further, you have got this is a transverse occipital sulcus. This is transverse occipital sulcus, and then you have got the lateral occipital sulcus. Now part of the gyrus which lies in front of this lunate sulcus, this part, this is the lunate sulcus, and this in front of this is known as the gyrus descendens, while rest of the occipital pole is divided into the superior occipital lobe as well as the inferior occipital lobe. While the part of the occipital lobe which lies in relation to your parieto-occipital sulcus, it is known as arcus parieto-occipitalis. This arch shape area over here which lies in relation to the upward turn part of your parieto-occipital sulcus is known as arcus parieto-occipitalis. So what are the structures what are the gyrus which are mainly there in the occipital pole? You have got the gyrus descendens which lies in front of this lunate sulcus. This is a small sulcus is known as gyrus descendens in front of the lunate sulcus. You have got the arcus parieto-occipitalis. You have got the superior as well as the inferior occipital gyrus.